Stop your water routine. If you're over 60 and your skin still looks tired no matter how much you drink, that glass on your nightstand is only part of the story, and it might be the easy part. For many older adults, especially women after menopause, pouring more water into a body whose tiny blood vessels are shut down is like sending supply trucks to a city with all the bridges closed. Today, I want to show you one simple, science-backed addition to your water, one mouthful change that turns hydration into delivery, and then the 5-step protocol that helps that change stick. This isn't a promise to erase decades. It's a practical way to restore circulation to the skin, so the products and nutrition you use can actually get where they need to go. A quick clinical vignette. A woman in her late 60s comes to my clinic every week saying the same thing. She drinks 2 liters of water a day, uses serums and creams, takes collagen supplements, yet her cheeks look hollow, her skin looks dull by mid-afternoon, and fine lines are deeper. On exam, her skin is thin and pale. Her labs are otherwise typical for age. The problem wasn't how much fluid she was consuming. It was that the delivery trucks, tiny capillaries beneath the skin, weren't open to make the delivery. What I tell patients is simple. Stop relying on plain water alone. Add a concentrated source of dietary nitrates. Beetroot is the most practical form I use in clinic, and everything that follows becomes possible. If this is hitting home, comment below right now. How many glasses of water are you drinking each day? Tell me in the comments so we can get a sense of what people are doing today. Let me explain the biology in plain language so the solution makes sense. Think of your skin's collagen and moisture as goods that need to be delivered to factories called fibroblasts, deep in the dermis. Water is the tanker. But the roads those tankers use are microscopic capillaries, delicate blood vessels that open and close based largely on a small signaling molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is essentially the key that tells those tiny vessels to relax and widen. After menopause, many women experience a steep decline in nitric oxide production. Estrogen contributes to the pathways that make nitric oxide. When estrogen falls, nitric oxide production drops too. The result is what I call vascular clamp. Capillaries narrow, blood flow slows, and the fibroblasts go hungry for oxygen and nutrients. You can pour all the water you like into the system, but if the roads are blocked, the skin doesn't receive the delivery. That's why creams and collagen powders often underperform. They can't reach the target tissue efficiently when circulation is compromised. There are other factors compounding the problem. Oxidative stress and enzymes like MMP1 increase with age. They accelerate the breakdown of existing collagen and weaken the scaffold the skin relies on. The inner lining of blood vessels, the endothelium, becomes stiffer and less responsive. Together, these changes mean not only less nourishment reaching the skin, but also an environment where collagen breaks down faster than it can be rebuilt. Major dermatology societies and clinical literature recognize circulation as a key part of skin health. It's not just about surface hydration. So what do we do about it? The protocol I use and recommend in clinic follows a clear logic. Open the vessels, protect the signaling molecule, keep the production running, repair the vessel lining, maintain steady nutritional support. At the center of that sequence is one addition to your water, dietary nitrates, most practically delivered as concentrated beetroot powder or beetroot juice. This is this powerful addition from the title. It is the first, immediate step that converts a glass of water into an active delivery system. Here's how it works without getting lost in jargon. Dietary nitrates, found at high levels in beets and some leafy greens, are not active in their original form. When you consume them, saliva and a community of harmless bacteria on the tongue convert those nitrates into nitrites, and then the body converts nitrites into nitric oxide. This bacterial pathway in the mouth is essential. It is a non-enzymatic, practical shortcut to make nitric oxide available quickly. In effect, a little nitrate turns your water into a nitric oxide generator, opening tiny vessels and allowing blood, oxygen, and nutrients to reach the skin. Clinically, when patients add a small, concentrated source of beetroot nitrates to their daily water, we see improved facial color, less mid-afternoon pallor, and a subtle plumping as the dermis regains nourishment. Let me stress, these are clinic reports, helpful signals, not definitive proof, and individual response varies. If the nitrate to nitric oxide conversion sounds too fragile, there's a reason. Nitric oxide is a reactive molecule. It doesn't last long. Once generated, it can be quickly neutralized by oxidative molecules in the blood and tissues. That is why the second step in the protocol is protection. Use concentrated polyphenols, notably from pomegranate, to shield the nitric oxide and dampen the enzymes that break down collagen. Pomegranate polyphenols act as antioxidants. They help extend the window during which nitric oxide can do its job of opening capillaries, and they also reduce activity of enzymes like MMP1 that chew up collagen. In practice, pairing a nitrate source with a polyphenol protector increases the effectiveness of that nitrate boost. Again, this is a supportive strategy. It's about improving odds and making physiological sense, not guaranteeing outcomes. Protection alone won't sustain the effect. The body needs the biochemical building blocks to keep producing nitric oxide over time. Many people think taking arginine directly is the way to raise nitric oxide. In my experience and based on how the body processes amino acids, citrulline, abundant in watermelon, is often a more reliable way to support endogenous arginine levels. Citrulline survives the digestive tract better and converts to arginine in the bloodstream, offering more sustained substrate for nitric oxide synthase enzymes. So step 3 is sustain. Introduce citrulline into the daily routine to support continuous nitric oxide production. This is especially helpful for maintaining the gains from your initial nitrate addition through the day and beyond. Step 4 is repair. Once you start increasing nitric oxide and restoring flow, the endothelial lining, the inner skin of the vessels, needs support to recover from years of inflammation and stiffness. Pine bark extract, often referred to by the trade name pycnogenol, has been used in vascular health for its anti-inflammatory and vessel-supportive effects. In clinic, patients taking a standardized pine bark extract report calmer skin, less reactivity, and more consistent circulation. The scientific rationale is that pycnogenol helps normalize endothelial function and reduce oxidative stress, permitting capillaries to respond more appropriately to nitric oxide signals. Again, this is part of a strategy to rebuild the infrastructure, so the nitrate approach is not just a temporary fix. The fifth and final pillar is long-term maintenance through concentrated leafy greens. Folate, magnesium, vitamin C, and vitamin K, nutrients common in high-quality greens powders, support the biochemical cycles that maintain vessel health and support collagen cross-linking. Think of them as the ongoing fuel that keeps the roads in good condition and the delivery trucks rolling. Over months, consistent intake of concentrated greens alongside the prior steps helps prevent backsliding and supports skin resilience. Putting this all together into a practical, non-prescriptive routine looks like this in concept. Begin your day by converting one of your drinking opportunities into a targeted delivery. Add a little concentrated beetroot nitrate, beetroot powder or juice, into water to create an immediate nitric oxide surge. Pair that with a polyphenol protector such as pomegranate extract during the day to preserve nitric oxide activity. Ensure ongoing nitric oxide production by including citrulline from watermelon or a citrulline supplement. Support endothelial repair with a standardized pine bark extract taken consistently. Close the loop with a daily greens powder to provide micronutrients that keep the system functioning. You may be wondering about taste, convenience, and safety. Beetroot powder can have a strong, earthy taste. Many people combine it with lemon, a splash of juice, or a greens powder to make it more palatable. Concentrated powders and extracts are convenient because they allow a small, controlled addition to water without bottles or refrigeration. When shopping, look for products that state purity, minimal fillers, and third-party testing. This reduces the chance of contaminants and ensures you're getting a concentrated source rather than a sugary blend disguised as nutrition. I avoid recommending brands here. Choose reputable suppliers and, if possible, speak to a pharmacist or nutritionist about specific products. There is one more critical element to this entire approach. Do not accidentally sabotage the nitrate conversion. The oral bacterial pathway, the bacteria on your tongue that convert nitrate to nitrite, is fragile. Many common mouthwashes, particularly strong antiseptic or alcohol-based formulations, kill off these beneficial bacteria. Use of such mouthwashes can undo the benefit of a nitrate addition by preventing the initial conversion step. If you use an antiseptic mouthwash daily, consider switching to gentle brushing and flossing, and discuss alternatives with your dentist. Saltwater rinses or milder, non-antibacterial mouth rinses preserve the oral microbiome and allow nitrate conversion to proceed. Do not stop prescribed mouthwashes or other medical dental treatments without consulting your dental provider. Instead, bring this mechanism up during your next visit and work together on an approach that protects oral health while enabling nitrate conversion. Safety and medical boundaries are essential here. If you have cardiovascular disease, are taking blood pressure medications, nitrates, anticoagulants, or are pregnant, speak with your primary care physician before initiating any supplements. Nitric oxide can influence blood pressure and interact with certain medications. Your clinician may want to monitor blood pressure or adjust therapy. I cannot and will not tell you to stop medications. What I can emphasize is this. The interventions I've outlined are generally safe for many people, but they are not risk-free for everyone. A quick conversation with your doctor or pharmacist can clarify whether these steps fit your personal medical picture. What can you expect if you follow a protocol like this? From clinic reports, the changes are usually gradual and subtle, not instantaneous magic. Many patients notice improved facial color and less mid-afternoon pallor within a few weeks, with incremental improvements in skin plumpness and resilience over 2 to 3 months. Fine lines may appear softer as tissue hydration improves and collagen degradation slows. But I want to be clear, this is restoration and maintenance, not a reversal to decades-old skin. Individual results vary based on baseline health, nutrition, smoking status, sun damage, and genetics. Here are a few practical tips I give patients to make this realistic and sustainable. First, pick one drinking occasion in the morning as your conversion event. For example, a glass of water you regularly drink with breakfast. Add the concentrated beetroot powder or juice to that glass. Second, include a source of pomegranate polyphenols with or after that same drink, or as part of your mid-morning routine to protect the nitric oxide. Third, incorporate a citrulline source during the day. Some patients prefer a small watermelon snack, others use a citrulline supplement. Choose what fits your habits. Fourth, take a standardized pine bark extract in the morning or evening consistently. The benefits are cumulative. Finally, make a greens powder part of your daily intake to provide long-term micronutrient support. Small, consistent steps beat sporadic extremes. A few additional notes about oral care and the mouthwash issue. If you rely on an antiseptic mouthwash for real dental reasons, don't stop it abruptly. Discuss the nitrate conversion with your dentist. They can often recommend alternatives, such as brief intervals without mouthwash before your nitrate drink, or suggest specific formulations that are less disruptive to the oral microbiome. For most people, regular brushing, flossing, and routine dental visits provide sufficient oral hygiene while preserving beneficial bacteria. Let me return to the opening challenge. Stop your water routine. Water alone is essential for life, but it is not the same as delivery. If your tiny vessels are closed, all the hydration in the world can't reach the fibroblasts that build and maintain your skin. Adding concentrated dietary nitrates, beetroot powder or juice, to one of your daily glasses is the single most practical, immediate step you can take to convert a glass of water into a delivery system. The other 4 steps: protecting nitric oxide with pomegranate polyphenols, sustaining production with citrulline, repairing the endothelium with pine bark extract, and maintaining nutritional support with a greens powder, turn that initial gain into lasting support. Before I close, a few final cautionary points. Do not expect identical results to anyone else. Do not stop prescribed medications without your doctor's supervision. If you take medications that affect blood pressure or blood clotting, or if you have a history of cardiovascular disease, talk to your clinician first. If you have concerns about taste, allergies, or gastrointestinal reactions to any supplement or food, stop use and consult a provider. And remember that lifestyle elements, regular moderate exercise, smoking cessation, adequate sleep, sun protection, and a balanced diet remain foundational for skin and vascular health. Supplements are an addition to, not a replacement for, these basics. If this changed the way you think about your water, like, subscribe, and share this message with a friend who needs to hear it. Tell me in the comments how many glasses of water you drink each day, and which one of these 5 steps you might try first. In my clinic, these are the conversations that lead to real, sustained improvements. Small, daily changes that restore delivery, protect the system, and help your skin function more like it used to. I'm Dr. Richard Coleman. Your biology changed over time, not your will, and you can take informed, measured steps to restore nourishment to your skin. Start by making 1 glass of water work harder for you today.